Hello there, fellow summoners. MadDogHT here, and we're going back into another alliance war. This one is up against a Chinese alliance, old driver, um, and yeah, so we're going in. It was trying to be, it was a little complicated trying to find our assignments for this map to make sure that we can take care of it as effectively as possible with what we got. But I ended up taking pass 7, and this is node number 7. This has the kinetic transference, and then the power drain abilities are 90% less effective, and you'll see how terrible that makes this, because I do end up throwing my L1, I think, after this. Or actually, I throw an L2 first, but you know, Dexing Blades L1 is not bad. I am getting my parries. It is giving him some extra power. I am starting to get backed up against my wall, and here I parry, and I should have thrown one hit, and I threw right into an L2, and because he had his power, he was able to shrug off the stun fast enough to where I couldn't connect that. So I ended up pushing him to L2 there. The L1 didn't drain him like at all. Did give him some more kinetic block power. But then after this, we're just going to kind of control the fight, try to push him over. And then one thing that I found is if he starts blocking, I'm just going to hit into his block so that he power drains himself. I've never taken this fight. I think Mirage Turtle usually is on this path with Void taking this. And Void can control the power gain a lot better. But yeah, so I'm going to let him heal up some, but that's going to allow me to drain his power, and I'm just going to try to get back up to a special 3 and then end this with a special 3 because I need Guillotine 2099 charged for the boss, who is an Apocalypse rank 3. And with that charge, it just makes that fight really, really simple. Just block everything and smash and let that energy damage go to work. So yeah, this fight took a little bit longer. Blade isn't a large or extra large defender, so I don't have to worry about protection. Just got to worry about that, how I'm playing with the kinetic transference and that extra power gain. So we're almost halfway through the timer, and we're about to kill him. So this was a lot longer than I had expected, and I don't know, maybe I could have played it differently, but we lost minimal health, and we do get the charge, and that's all that really matters, along with the full attack bonus. So we got Guillotine 2099 charged up, and we're ready to go. So somehow for this next fight, I missed the recording. I thought I had recorded it, but I didn't. It's this Dr. Doom on Power Snack. And yeah, this guy had like max MD. It was a rank 3 Sig 200 Dr. Doom. And we put a Mr. Fantastic on it to put a Petrify. I did end up clearing it. It got ugly really fast because I just went in. You can see here I have very little health left with Torch. There's my boosts. You can see I didn't use any items, so I did solo the fight. I just don't have a picture of it or the video of it, but it got ugly quick because I missed the parry from the beginning. I was just going to kind of stall and then do some heavy knockdowns to keep the Petrify going. But anyways, I squeaked it out. Now we're going into node 24. And this has Storm Pyramid X with E.M.P, Burden of Might, and you know I'm not too worried about this. I prefer to have Storm throw her L1s because I feel like I have that evade down pretty well. And I'm just going to be throwing off some specials to build up those Furies a little bit more easily once I have those L1s. This guy does have willpower, which is one thing that I needed to check because he had placed an abomination on path 8. I can't remember what the node is, but it has the redoubled determination and the heal block passive. And so we needed to make sure that he had willpower active so that Warlock could be a option to take him down. And so throwing the L1s and just even the parries, you can see that he has willpower healing. So got that sorted. And the Storm is just not throwing her specials. She's thrown one special one. And I don't know if it's just because of the way I'm playing, but I'm trying to like be fairly open to her throwing, and she's just not throwing. She's thrown one L1, so now I'm backed up in the corner. And I'm like, crap, I don't have protection available. I'm waiting for that protection to get refreshed. It does get refreshed. And here I throw a heavy, I get Burden of Might drained from my dexing. She throws her special, but I'm at, I was at full rock stacks, but I do take some damage, and I'm not certain why that is. Maybe it's because, I don't know. Well, it looks like I only showed 17, so maybe 17 rock stacks, so I thought I had 20. But we come out of that, we throw our own L3, get some revenge, and things L3 does a lot more damage than what she did to me. And now I'm fully unblockable, unstoppable, and she's dead. So she did get a special 3 off, but I was able to mitigate that with protection. That's why Thing is so awesome sometimes, his protection mechanic. It's great. We're able to take care of that fight. So now I'm gonna boost up, and I healed up. I put a couple health pots into Torch. I really felt like I over healed, just because I feel like this fight is so easy with Torch, and I felt really comfortable with it. But this war was pretty close at this point, and so I just didn't want to risk anything. And you can see this fight goes really, really quick. I thought it was kind of interesting that he threw off a heavy while in the power gain phase. Usually he turtles up and doesn't do anything. But yeah, so we're just getting a bunch of incinerates on him, trying to make sure that we manage that power gain buff that he gets on that cycle. Get a couple intercepts in here and there, block bait his heavies down. Super easy, super quick. And yeah, so we get full attack bonus there. And then we have a Mysterio rank 2, 6-star on this Buffet Lionheart node. And we're going to go in with Thing. Thing is immune to Buffet because he can't be nullified, so I don't have to worry about the healing. And as far as Lionheart goes, this guy, even if he had suicides, he'd be immune to the poison at the start because of his helmet. So I wouldn't take any damage from that, and I can't trigger Lionheart through any of the debuffs that I can put on, whether it's stun, weakness, the incinerate from the Human Torch synergy. And so here at the start, I'm just trying to play slow, build up a bunch of rock stacks and furies, and then I block bait his heavy and push him to an L2. I just want to keep him to an L2. That way if I do parry and hit him, I don't get anything reflected back from the L1. You do get a power drained, but I do get some willpower healing from that as well. So it works out really, really well. So here I'm trying to build up some more rock stacks. We get to 20, and we're going to go to a 4-hit combo and then block. He didn't go into an heavy, so I did get an intercept in. And then we're going to push him back to an L2. And I'm not going to throw off my special until he throws his. I thought maybe if I could just get one more parry off, that I probably could get enough damage along with the stun and a combo afterwards to finish him off, but I didn't want to risk it. So here we're just building up some rock stacks, and then we're going to go in. We got enough power, hit him with an L2, and boom, he's dead. So pretty easy, straightforward fight. Try to just keep pushing him to his level 2s, and he's all good. Now here's where I messed up. So after one of my buddies, so this ManThing, it wasn't my assigned fight. So in the morning, we had one of our guys that was supposed to take him with Guillotine 2099 to have a backup option. And this is a rank 3 ManThing, and we couldn't identify how much Mystic Dispersion he had because he didn't have any Mystic Champs on the map earlier on, and he didn't have a Mystic Champ as his top champ. And so we thought that he was going to have high Mystic Dispersion. And as you can see, he does have high Mystic Dispersion. You're going to see when I dex and that falls off, or when the Pustel buffs that get applied to me fall off, like right here, it's about to fall off, and you can see, boom, he gets a pretty big chunk of power. And somehow I missed that parry right there. But now he's got 3 Pustel debuffs or buffs on me. I'm throwing my L3 to convert some rock stacks and get some furies. It's going to give me the unstoppable and unblockable, so I really have to be careful with the specials, because if I'm not managing how many buffs I have, he can shoot up in power really, really, really quick. And you're going to see he's going boom, boom. Those 2 fall off. He starts getting those Pustel debuffs, and he's getting a lot of power. Now, I have taken ManThing on this node number of times. I think the only time that I have failed was in off season, when I went in with like, I don't know, it was like 20, 25, 30% health, and I wasn't healing. And so I've never failed. But I don't think I've ever fought a rank 3 with this much Mystic Dispersion. And it becomes problematic because he's being pretty passive, and he's eating up a lot of the clock right now. So like, I'm just trying to get this off, because if I hit him, that dex is going to get consumed, and it's going to probably push him to L3. I do miss the end of that dex, which is triggering that unstoppable, which is not ideal, because got the Mystic Dispersion that's feeding, and I'm trying to think when I throw another special, and I'm not even sure if I throw another special 3, because I was always concerned that there was too much power from Mystic Dispersion going on. Well, now we get him under the 50%, and we're halfway through the fight, and I wasn't really paying attention to the clock, just simply because I've never had a problem here. But man, he is not throwing special attacks, and you're gonna see this is gonna become very, very, very problematic. There finally throws a special 2. I should have thrown my special 3 here. This is where I made a mistake. I should have thrown a special 3 there when he had little power, and I could have worked around the Pustel buffs that I had on myself. But I didn't, and I just kept holding because I was just too worried that I was going to end up pushing him to L3, and then I get hit, which is going to give him another unstoppable. Yeah, this isn't going well. It's going really, really slow here, and I have to work out that regen. I can't block anything. I got to get some intercepts in, which I am doing fairly decently. Now we got 130 left, and he's at 38%. And it's not until about 30 seconds left where I look at the clock and I realize how close it's getting. And so here I'm just trying to hit into his block, get some spacing on the map, so I don't get over and cornered. But man, he's just gaining so much power, and then that regen buff being on him is just making it to where I should have been maybe hitting into his block and like block baiting a heavy and countering that way. But you can see like that last minute or so, I got like hardly any damage off because of the regen that he's getting, and because I just wasn't able to get any combos in. And it's about right here where I'm like, holy crap, I have like no time left. 30 seconds, 25%, and yeah, this was terrible. And he's not throwing his special. If I hit him once plus the Mystic Dispersion, he's just about gonna be at 3 bars. And so finally he throws. I'm trying to get some like draft back intercepts in. I end up taking a hit, and I'm like, throw your special. He throws his special, and I try to dash in too quick, and I miss my opportunity to get a huge combo off, and I throw a special 3. I only get 12% on the special 3 bonus. Is it gonna kill him? No time. And 5%. 5%. I timed out. Oh man, I was so mad. Even recording this, I'm still upset about this one because we were leading, and it was super close, and we needed every attack bonus to just kind of solidify that W to get the win. So I have Torch, who's healed up from that Mordo fight, and I only need 5%, so I'm just gonna go in here, parry a couple times, build up some Smolder, and then tap him, and he's gonna die. If it was a longer fight, I wouldn't have done this, but you know, basically before he can even get to a special or anything like that, he's dead. So yeah, there's that timeout. 5%. So frustrating. But we do end up putting a white Magneto pre-fight guidance ability on this rank 3 Apocalypse, and we also put a Mr. Fantastic debuff Siphoner, which is going to help a little bit, but I'm not really going to be playing aggressive and focused enough to try to get the knockdowns to keep that debuff Siphoner refreshed. So I'm gonna get a little benefit, but there it's already fallen off, so not a big deal. But it's a little boost, so I'll take anything that we got left to use on the map. And I am throwing on some decent boost on here. I did throw on a tech power boost 200%, and you know, I got like a half a bar or so back from that, which isn't like a ton, but it's just gonna help. And I'm just trying to make this fight as safe as possible. I'm just blocking everything, block baiting him, and blocking the L1, dexing out of the last part, blocking the L2 balls, and then getting out of range. It's really simple to do. A rank 3 Guillotine 2099 has plenty of armor to deal with all the block damage, and then towards the end of the fight, you can get the heal, but I'm not even going to get to the point where I drop below 15% to trigger the regen. I did put on a regen boost just because I have quite a few of those right now, and this was a really important fight to win. It pretty much would mean if we would win or lose this war, because it was so close on the attack bonus, on the deaths and everything. So get him with one more L2, and I'm going to block that, and then we're just going to tap him over, and we get the solo. Yeah, pretty simple, straightforward fight. Nothing too difficult when you got a charged up Guillotine 2099. Apocalypse goes down pretty easily, pretty quick, without having to try to get too fancy or anything like that. So we do win. My alliance mates were watching, and they're throwing in some chatter into the chat, so I respond. You know, Bill's like, boom. I'm like, shaka laka. Yeah, so we end up winning this, and you can see, look at the score here. We had one more fight to do, and that was BG3, and they had an Apocalypse boss as well. We got the solo there, so we did end up winning by 2 attack bonus because it was full diversity war. It was a good war. It was a hard-fought war, super close, super intense. So I had 7 fights, 7 kills, and then 1 death, and that death is obviously the timeout. So I got 19 on the season, 19 fights, 19 kills, 1 death, which is the timeout. And we're 3-0, and the rankings just came out. You can see we are number 12 in Masters. That is a pleasant surprise. I didn't know that we would be that high. We've won 3 Tier 2 wars. Hopefully we can get into Tier 1 here soon, get the extra points. But yeah, here's the leaderboard. You know, we thought we were going to be somewhere in Platinum 1 somewhere, but pleasant surprise. And yeah, we're number 12. And so here's all the leaderboard as it currently stands for the first week. And yeah, we're pretty happy with it. Hopefully we can keep this up and keep winning and keep having fun. And yeah, we'll see how the season ends. Thanks for watching, fellas, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.